Good morning, students. Let us have a look on another audio clip on the poem Palanquin Bearers by Sarojini Naidu. So, let us listen first recitation followed by explanation. Sarojini Naidu was an Indian political activist and poet, a proponent of civil rights, women's emancipation, and anti-imperialist ideas. She was an important figure in India's struggle for independence from colonial rule. Naidu's work as a poetess earned her the sobriquet the Nightingale of India or Bharat Kokila by Mahatma Gandhi because of her color, imagery, and lyrical quality of her poetry. In ancient days, the royal brides in India were carried in ornate palanquins. The men who carried them were called palanquin bearers. The palanquin bearers considered it a privilege to carry the bride. Lightly, oh lightly, we bear her along. Lightly, oh lightly, we bear her along. She sways like a flower. She sways like a flower in the wind of her song. The palanquin bearers carry the newlywed bride in a palanquin. They sing as they carry the bride to her in-laws' house. They tell us that the bride is very light to carry. They don't feel it as a burden. The bride moves softly according to the movement of the palanquin and the palanquin bearer's song. The bride's swaying is compared with the flower's movement in wind. She skims like a bird on the foam of a stream. She skims like a bird on the foam of a stream. She floats like a laugh. She floats like a laugh from the lips of a dream. Now, the bride's movement is compared with a bird skimming. Birds touch the foam of a stream slightly and fly away. Likewise, the bride moves slightly. She is very light, and so she is said to be floating like a dreamy smile from the lips of a person who dreams. Her movement is so delicate and beautiful, the bride seems to be happy, as her movement is compared with a laugh. Gaily, oh gaily, we glide and we sing. Gaily, oh gaily, we glide and we sing. We bear her along. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. Palanquin bearers carry the bride gaily even when they glide high grounds. They are not burdened, and so they proceed with their singing. They say that the bride is carried like a pearl on a string. She is as precious as a pearl. Softly, oh softly, we bear her along. Softly, oh softly, we bear her along. She hangs like a star. She hangs like a star in the dew of a song. They carry her, the delicate bride, softly in their palanquin. She is seated in the palanquin like a bright star and heeds to the palanquin bearer's song. Their song reflects her happiness like a dewdrop reflects a star's light. Their happy song shows they are as happy as the bride. She springs like a beam. She springs like a beam on the brow of the tide. She springs like a beam on the brow of the tide. She falls like a tear. She falls like a tear from the eyes of a bride. The bride moves like a beam of light that springs when it gets reflected by waves. The bride's movement is also compared with the slow falling of a tear from the eyes of a bride. Though the bride is delighted to visit her in-laws' house, she feels sad for her situation. She is getting separated from her parents. She has the mixed feeling of joy and pain. Lightly, oh lightly, we glide and we sing. Lightly, oh lightly, we glide and we sing. We bear her along, we bear her along, like a pearl on a string. The palanquin bearers continue to carry the bride, who is as precious as a pearl on string. They did not cease their song as they carry the bride lightly. They travel far away, gliding rough paths. Nevertheless, they never feel sad or burdened by carrying the beautiful bride.